A key signature is a selection of sharps or flats written at the beginning of a piece of music that tell us which key we are in. In this video, we will focus on the major keys that use sharp key signatures. Naming sharps works just like naming notes. This sharp sits on the top line of the treble clef stave. If we were to write a note on this line, we would name it F, so this is an F sharp. Similarly, this sharp sits in the second space of the bass clef stave. A note written in this space would be called C, so this is a C sharp. When using sharps in key signatures, they are always written in a set order: F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp, E sharp, and B sharp. You can use the sentence, "Father Charles goes down and ends battle," to remember this. Sharps must always be used in this order, and you cannot skip over one of the sharps and then carry on with the sequence. So, if you see a key signature that contains 3 sharps, for example, you can assume that it contains the first 3 sharps, F sharp, C sharp, and G sharp. You will never find a key signature where the sharps appear in a different order or where some of the sharps are skipped over. To identify a sharp key signature, we can look at the last sharp that is written. Then go up one note from this sharp. The note that you arrive on is the tonic, or the first note of the key, and the note that we name the key after. If we look at this key signature, for example, we can see that we have 4 sharps: F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, and D sharp. If we go to the last sharp and write a note one step up from this note, we land on E. This means that this key signature belongs to the key of E major. Similarly, if we look at this key signature, we can see that we have 2 sharps and the last sharp is C sharp. If we write a note one step higher than this last sharp, we will discover that we are in the key of D major. 2 keys that require a special mention are those with 6 and 7 sharps. We can follow the same process to identify these keys. Here, if we look at the last sharp, we will discover that it is E sharp. If we write a note one step higher, we will land on F. However, we need to consider the rest of the key signature too. This key does not just include E sharp, but all of the sharps that come before it: F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, and A sharp. This means that the note we have landed on is an F sharp, not an F natural, and we are in the key of F sharp major. If we look at the key signature that contains 7 sharps, we will find that the final sharp is B sharp. If we go up one step, we will get to a C, but this is actually a C sharp because there is a C sharp earlier in the key signature. Work through the Module 4 exercises in your book to ensure that you have a firm grasp of how to identify a major key signature that contains sharps.